But yeah, just trying to get people comfortable talking about it at an earlier age too. So this session that we're doing is for adult females. It's an individual journey, but it has to start with the kids. So young adults, well,
Yeah.
preteens, somewhere we got to come back in and say, mother daughter, you know, this is an opportunity for you to talk to your daughter about the birds and the bees, something
Yeah.
like that,
Yep.
because it's definitely lacking. When I did the first class, somebody sent me a video of it. It wasn't a planned class. Young women gravitate to me,
I'm listening.
and I was working in my home at the time making my products or doing chalices, and two ladies happened to be there that were helping me with product making or whatever. And I was working on yoni steams, and they're like, "What is that?" Right?
Right.
And they got so excited when I started telling them what a yoni steam was, and it was part of the feminine hygiene line that I'm doing, and la la la. I had studied and, you know, gotten a certification for creating those type products, right? What can you teach us? And I stopped that day and helped put together some yoni steams, and they've both been buying them ever since.
It's
And getting other products too, asking all these questions. But every time I present those products at an event, at least one person in that day is going to have a side conversation with me, whispering
about it.
asking questions about it and their feminine side, period. Well, it hurts. You got anything for that? Well, first of all, it's got to be a relaxation, a mental thing
It really
going
does.
on in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be comfortable with it, to be accepting of it.
You have to be
And
open.
all of the and
You have
all
to
of the
be open.
feels that you go through and all that, you got to be open-minded to it. But if you were never
Yeah.
taught that, you know, coming up by your mom or someone who knows,
Right.
then it's gonna be that way.
That's true.
It's gonna
And
be
so
that
it's
way.
this is a reawakening.
Yeah.
It's a reawakening. It's an opportunity for us to share the methods and the way that we cared for ourselves sacredly in the
Yes.
past, and how
Yes.
we've through different things allowed those processes to escape us
Yeah.
to where we no longer do them, that were very helpful, very healing, very necessary, very nourishing for our being
Yeah.
on the inside and the outside
Exactly.
of our
Exactly.
bodies.
But we only get one part of that, and it's the outside.
Yeah, and so now what we're doing is we're working to use this information,
Right.
this ancient knowledge.
It
And
is
share-
ancient.
it's ancient
Yes,
knowledge.
it is ancient
And
knowledge.
share it with the community now, so that we can come back into those spaces of
Yeah.
caring for ourselves, of caring for our daughters and our mothers and our aunties, and
And
bringing
taking
everybody
pride
back
in
into-
ourselves to realize the real potential that our body performs. I mean, the real potential of our bodies.
Right.
That it's not just for sexual,
Or
you know,
not just
functions.
for reproduction.
It's not just for reproduction, but we
Right.
can help each of those things just by knowing
Yes.
how and the what's and the whys.
Right.
Right?
We are in these bodies from the time we're born until the time we take our last breath.
Exactly.
So it's relearning the sacred and ancient ways of caring for this body in ways that are sacred,
Yes,
in ways that
exactly.
were created and made for our bodies, in ways
Right.
that are very natural for our
Exactly.
bodies, in ways that our bodies, there's information and knowledge that comes from things that are
Yes.
natural into our being.
Okay.
You know, our being was created in a natural way, and so the things that heal us and nourish us
Oh yes,
come
naturally.
in a natural way.
Yes.
And so it's reconnecting with those things that have information for each other, that understand each other, so that they can go in and work together and do the
True.
work
Right.
the way it was intended.
Like drinking a cup of tea for internal use. It's for benefits to our bodies.
That's right.
A lot of people, after time, didn't realize that tea was not more than a beverage.
Right.
but it's to learning those things and then intentionally using those herbs that you find out about to help specific things, right? Peppermint tea.
Yes.
Headaches and calming your stomach.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you take a mugwort herb for your body, or motherwort, or yarrow. I mean, there's so many herbs that you can use for different things.
Yes.
And that hopefully, we can expose from the basic.
Yes.
Just like with a cup of tea.
Yes.
Starting just like that with the yoni care.
And people are surprised with how much money they can save.
What?
When they're taught these
Absolutely.
methods.
Absolutely.
There's so much money to save. It's not more expensive, it's less expensive.
It's less expensive. Because, you know, the thing, and I can say this confidently because I buy bulk products or more than necessary for one usage.
Right.
But when you buy ingredients to make a yoni steam, for instance, that initial cost might seem like a lot, but you can supply a whole community with, you know, that first initial batch of herbs.
Right.
Bag it up, separate it out, you know, put blends together, and, you know.
And you're helping community live in a natural way.
Absolutely. And that's what people don't get, that part. How long? I mean, when you buy a meal at a store compared to buying the ingredients from the grocery store, you spend maybe the same amount of money, but the meal goes a lot longer. Yes, you can go back in the cabinet and pull the noodles back out and reuse that and make a different meal. So it's a lot of savings, in knowledge.
And to have what you need at home when you need it.
Yes.
It's recreating the new medicine cabinet.
Yes.
You know, it's changing that whole narrative from a medicine cabinet to a cabinet of healing. So you know, when you're not feeling well, or what if you're not feeling well, you have those natural ingredients in your healing cabinet that you can go to and take.
Right.
Already ready.
But that again is just like what we're talking about in general. We're not taught those essentials.
Those teachings have been taken out of what we are taught.
Absolutely.
Because we used to be taught these things. And so we're reclaiming
and I tell
these
people
methods
all the time. I mean, I use kitchen ingredients, kitchen spices and herbs in my store.
Exactly.
The same ones that I'm using at home.
Let food be your medicine. Let medicine be your food.
Yes,
let
indeed.
Food be your medicine. Let medicine be
your
food.
When I tell people you need to start from the cabinet in your kitchen.
That's right.
To do the healing and feeding.
Yes. Yes.
They go both hand in hand.
That's right.
It really does make a difference if you know how much money you can save. And that's been a mission of mine, Tracy.
Nice.
Lately. Stop going to the store.
Yes.
Look at the cabinet.
Look in the cabinet.
I know how to stock a cabinet. It's in there.
Yes.
Just need a little time. A little time, and you got it.
Yep.
So yeah, y'all gonna learn a lot of stuff with us.
You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot.
One of my things was everything ain't in Walmart, and it don't have to be. I'm just saying, I ain't knocking Walmart.
Right.
But because when you need to resupply some of those things you need to go there. But they can be just in your cabinet. How long does a bottle of sage, for instance, last?
Right.
A long time.
It lasts a long time.
It doesn't spoil.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't spoil. Flour, sugar.
You take your time and get piece by piece, little by little, over time,
and get your cabinet stocked.
Yep. Get your healing cabinet.
Exactly. I like that word.
Yeah. We're shifting from a medicine cabinet to a healing cabinet.
Let's do something, Tracy. But now, speaking of healing and having the same ingredients and things in your kitchen cabinet as your kitchen, well, like in here, right? So in some yoni products, right?
That's right.
Oils,
all beautiful things.
Here's some steams
and
right here.
Things that the body recognizes.
Man,
we're shifting to teaching the individuals on the products, and that the body recognizes these products.
And that is amazing too, because so when I started CBD, one of the things that I learned was that we have a cannabinoid system in our body. That's CBD, right? It's that CBD. So when CBD enters into your body goes like, hey, where you been? I've been needing to connect with you.
Missing you. Come on in. Let's do what we do.
Yes, that's the way these herbs are in general. It's that same thing.
It's that same thing.
We're waiting.
Yes.
Our body is waiting for us to feed it what we need.
That's why sometimes a person can be hungry and eat and still be hungry, because the signals in the body is looking for a particular nutrient.
Yes.
And so the body is still asking as we're putting things, and we're like, man, I'm eating, but I'm not full.
Because you're not feeding what
the
it
body's
needs.
not looking for food. The body is looking for the nutrients in the food. And so once the body gets what it needs, then it's fine.
Exactly.
Fine.
Let's take a look over here, because this also is my store.
Yes.
Look at these herbs.
Yes.
I mean, there's even apple cider vinegar powder.
Nice.
If you put that on the shelf, it ain't going nowhere. Right?
That's
Not even a bottle, the liquid. But there's all kinds of cranberry, chlorella, burdock root, ashwagandha, but all the way down. So you can actually put all the good stuff. Calendula, if you've got a insect bite or whatever, that's going to help calm it down.
right.
You mix it with, shea butter or whatever. But there's all kinds of fenugreek, great for your hair.
That's right.
Spirulina, good for your gut. Helps you lose weight because it helps to curb your appetite too. Raspberry leaves, that's something that we use in yoni steams. Yes. So there's lots of things that I stock inside this store.
We're relearning.
Look at me.
It's okay.
It is okay. It is okay. Yes, I can do that. But there are so many things that we can do if we know the right ingredients to use.
right.
There's just so many things. So you guys will get exposed to all of these things that we've got going on in the store.
Yes, you will.
And other things, many other things. But yes.